question of what is this? Why are we doing all of this? And what is our objective in life? And why from here, where are we supposed to go? What is our journey through this human life? We might have heard from our elders that getting a human birth is very, very, very rare. And also getting a human birth which does not have any ailments is even more rare. And in addition to that, getting a human birth that lets us think about who we are is extremely rare. So all of these got me thinking. I mean, we all would have heard these things. So if it is rare, how do we make best use of how what we have to achieve in this life? That's when I got introduced to Vedatri Maharishi's teaching, and his teaching, I believe, is very, very to the point, or very, very simplified for us to achieve internal peace. So I'm here to share my experience, and also his what I think he has said about internal peace. So let's start by understanding or thinking about what peace is. Like, mind can be in three states, right? One is mind can be in happiness, in sadness, and in peace. Whenever it is in happiness or in sadness, Maharishi says that it's always involved in something or the other. So it's not separating itself from the situation. So we will not be able to, we will go with the flow, and we will not be able to make decisions that are actually right. So, but the third state, which is peace, when we are in that state, we will definitely be able to differentiate the right from the wrong, and then do what is right for us, or what is right for our peace and our and people around us. And when we are in peace, we will also be able to progress spiritually in our journey towards consciousness. So the internal peace is definitely the first step in progressing spiritually. And the second thing is, if we see like that, I think Maharishi has evolved steps in such a way that we start from the most basic step of making ourselves fit, like the physical exercises. Like, if we have some ailment or the other, we will definitely not be able to concentrate spiritually or grow spiritually or be mentally peaceful. So he has given the first step, like, to be physically fit, which is exercise. And the exercise, he has made it in such a way that all of us can do it easily on a day-to-day basis. And the next thing is to improve our life energy, so that we don't feel tired, we don't feel sleepy, we don't feel too exhausted, for us to spiritually grow. So that is achieved by Kaya Kalpam, and also doing exercises like breathing, Nadi Sutti, and spinal cord clearance. Those will actually get us to a state where we are energetically available for us to take in any spiritual blessings that we will be getting. And the third, and while we progress this way, I understand from our teaching, from our sessions, that if even though we do all of these, if there is something in as an imprint, like the genetic center is, it could have so many imprints. Even though we are doing our best, it has been, the genetic center, he says, has been there since the first living being came to being. So it will have definitely good imprints and bad imprints. And if we don't concentrate on objectively thinking about them and clearing them out of the bad imprints, we will definitely not be able to progress spiritually. An example, like, and mind will not be able to be at peace, especially. An example I could think of is, like, if we had impurities in water, it will definitely not be still. If we keep taking out the impurities and keep keep the water purified, very pure, without any impurity in it, it is easy for the water to remain still without any movement. Especially in the mornings, like, they say that water is bound to be more still and more peaceful. And that is another reason Maharishi says that we should practice many of these meditations in the morning. Uh, so, uh, with that, we see that introspection is the natural next step for us to take away our impurities. In that, in introspection itself, he has divided it into multiple segments. First is to analyze our thoughts and see which bucket it falls. He has evolved a system which is very much like a scientific experiment, and then he has given us buckets where we can put the thoughts and see what would be the root of of the thought, and attach a conclusion to the thought. So he says that once we attach a conclusion to the thought and save it, the next time similar thought comes through, it comes along with the conclusion that we have. If we are determined enough to honor the conclusion, we can avoid that thought which is not good for us, which is what we thought at that time. And introspection will lead us to being more spiritual. And he has also given meditation practices which will take us very close to the divinity, and especially Turyatidam and other meditation, which is actually mixing us in some sense with the divine energy, will definitely, like, all of them together will I think is a package that he has given us for us to be at peace internally. Once we are at peace internally, once we change on the inside, everything around us changes, everything outside changes. Varga Varadan, be blessed by the divine.